If you're a United States citizen, I actually need your attention right now. I don't care if you're liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republican, old, young, rich, poor, white, black. Eyes locked in. I now have people from Israel on my inbox on social media threatening me, harassing me, calling me names, trying to tell me what I am and I'm not allowed to say. Why am I addressing Americans when I talk about this? Because I don't think you guys understand how actually out of control and unhinged this shit is, okay? I've always been a social media content creator for like the past 3 or 4 years of my life. With the recent turn of events in the United States, I started making political content, okay? One thing I said before I even made political content was that I always thought social media and mainstream media, being the news, pumped us full of propaganda and had too much reach in way of infringing upon our constitutional right to freedom of speech. No corporation, entity, or community standards should be able to impede upon our constitutional right to freedom of speech in the United States of America that is federally protected and written into law. But nonetheless, they found a way to do so with community standards and propaganda via mainstream media like Fox News and now CNN, okay? This is a reality. It's not a conspiracy theory, all right? So there's always been an overreach on infringing upon our constitutional right to freedom of speech. And recently, I've spoken out quite a bit about a lot of things having to do with Zionism and Israel. Number one, I am against the genocide in Palestine. Now, whether you're a humanitarian, a Christian, your moral compass actually points north, or you're a greedy capitalistic scumbag, we can all agree that American tax dollars should go to American social services. There is absolutely no reason we should be funding somebody else's healthcare and education or their genocide, their religious crusade, for that matter, with American tax dollars, while eliminating American social safety nets. We're losing FEMA relief. We're losing funding to the Department of Education. They're defunding the police. And a lot of you conservatives were really against that when liberals were talking about it for the BLM, but you're okay when MAGA does it. It's actually insane. They're cutting Medicaid. They're cutting food stamps. They're going to cut Social Security, veterans benefits, and the list goes on. But one thing they've never cut is funding to Israel. What is my point? My point is this. We don't have conspiracy theories anymore. I have spoken very outwardly and done millions of views on a lot of my posts talking about Zionism and Israel. Zionism is a cult. Israel is a government. Judaism is a religion that is beautiful. But whenever you speak out against Zionism, the diaspora of Israel, and so on and so forth, they try to tell you you're anti-Semitic. Let me be disrespectfully clear to the people in my inbox. I can't be anti-Semitic when you're not fucking Semitic. Anti-Semitic is killing the Semitic people of Palestine. That's anti-Semitic. You're a European colonizer. That's what the fuck you are, okay? That's what the fuck I am, right? I'm a white person in the United States. It is what the fuck it is. So anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism are not mutually intertwined. Let's start there. When I touch on conspiracy theories, I say that these aren't conspiracy theories anymore because nobody's hiding it, okay? This is a matter of public record. You can look at us.gov. 98% of Congress has taken AIPAC money, which comes directly from Bibi Netanyahu and Israel. They put $45 million into pro-Zionist propaganda on Google and YouTube. They've purchased TikTok. They own AI surveillance facilities. They're buying up our farmland in bulk as our farms collapse. They own majority of the privatized military contracts. They own majority of your Roth IRAs and 401ks. They own the hedge funds that have purchased 1/3 of all single-family homes and rental properties in the United States of America. And the list just goes on and on and on, okay? So I've literally proven these things to you guys on social media and given you the sources that you can vet for yourself, because a lot of the time it comes directly from the horse's mouth. A lot of these politicians are not hiding it. They're trying to put Israeli flags outside of government offices. They're trying to put them in our schools. And these people are now so emboldened and entitled not only to our tax dollars, but us being their free-range tax slaves, that they genuinely believe they can reach into my inbox from halfway across the world and infringe upon my constitutionally protected right of freedom of fucking speech. Do you guys understand what they did to fucking Palestine and why they did it to Palestine? Do you understand that they're now moving on to the Christians? This isn't about Islamophobia. This isn't about people being Muslim. It's about European colonization, okay? And then furthermore, it's about the Zionist diaspora It's about converting or cleansing the earth of Gentiles, which is anybody who is not Jewish. People have literally proven that they're responsible for majority of the wars that we initiated on their behalf in the Middle East. As I said, they own majority of our privatized military contracts. When you look back at what these contracts were used for, it was used to wage war against countries that Israel has beef with, weapons of mass destruction, 9/11. They're even, throwing out theories that he was responsible for JFK's assassination because he wanted something publicly done with AIPAC. I mean, they're suspected to have assassinated Charlie Kirk. They're threatening an assassination against Candace Owens. And however much I might not have liked these conservative political commentators, at the end of the day, freedom of speech in the United States is a constitutionally protected right. When they are now murdering our public figures and threatening our citizens because we want to see our tax dollars not funding a fucking genocide that's eventually going to be pointed at us, but instead going to social safety nets that we're paying for them while funding their genocide and diaspora, that's actually fucking insane. Like, you guys do understand they are taking our fucking money to kill Christians and Muslims in the fucking Holy Land, to colonize the world, and to cleanse it or convert it of Gentiles. That is their agenda. And they are so emboldened that they are assassinating our public figures and threatening our fucking citizens. Like, how do you think it started in Palestine? Do you think they just came out the gates bombing fucking Gaza? No, it was a slow crawl to the rhetoric that eventually led to their fucking genocide. And we see that happening in the United States. A, with MAGA coming for people of color, and now B, Palestine, okay? And once MAGA has completely cleansed the United States of people of color, make no mistake, they are going to continuously send these people the money they need to cleanse and convert the earth of Gentiles, which is everybody who isn't Jewish. And again, let me be clear. My problem is not with Judaism. My problem is with the Zionist cult that's bleeding Americans dry of tax dollars. You guys literally don't even have a funded education system for your fucking children. You don't have free healthcare, but you know who does? Them, off your fucking tax dollars. Do you understand? Go look up Gaza. Go look up Gaza. The reason your child doesn't have a funded education system is because you paid for that with your tax dollars. Okay? Whether it's morality, religion, being a humanitarian, or just flat out fucking capitalistic greed. I think we can all agree that American dollars should stay in the United States of America. But just saying that out loud has now got citizens or members of the IDF, that's the Israeli Defense Forces, that's the fucking military in Israel, threatening me, an American citizen. That's actually fucking happening. Bitch, what? I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. When they're done with them, they're coming for us, and they are literally making it as obvious as they possibly fucking can. The president is a cuckold. He doesn't give a fuck. He never has, and he never will. He rapes children on Epstein Island. All he gives a fuck about is getting his rocks off and being as rich as he can before he finally croaks in his dirty fucking diaper. Do you understand that that man does not give a fuck about selling out the United States of America, your constitutional rights, your sovereignty, your military, your farmland, and most important, your Lord and fucking Savior? It's not coming for us. It's here.